Hello, welcome to my June 2020 vlog where I talk about myself and what I did this last month. This is the 6th time that I'm doing this recording because each time that I do the recording, I start talking way too long. I want to try to keep this under 10 minutes. I want to tell you about what I did this last month. It's kind of hard to do that without giving you context about what's happening in the world because I'm sure you know it's 2020 and everything is getting kind of crazy, right? We got the COVID-19, we got BLM, we got riots, we got the Democrats versus the Republicans, and then everyone's just kind of fighting, and there's this polarization that's happening and this separation. So I kind of feel like I need to dive in a little bit to that stuff to kind of give you context about what's happening. But for now, I just want to go ahead and just list off some things that I did this last month. And I'm going to try to keep it nice and condensed. Now, I want to travel, but because of the whole COVID-19 thing, it makes it a little bit challenging. So this last month, I went to the beach twice. It was really fun, threw the frisbee. The water was really nice. Everyone was out there. Good times. I also went to a place called Los Maples. If you're here in San Antonio, it's about 90 minutes, maybe 2 hours away. I've never even, maybe I heard of it, but I've never been there. And the terrain is really beautiful. Nice hilly landscape, water, rivers, that kind of thing. Adapting to the whole social distancing thing, I'm still doing virtual activities. So I got some friends together. You might have seen it on Facebook. We played Virtual Family Feud. Had a good time with that one. I think I might actually want to do that one again. The very first YouTube video that I ever made was about a rice experiment that I did. I got this rice experiment idea from a documentary that I watched called Messages from Water.
I put a cup of brown rice and I put it in 3 separate containers.
2 weeks later, fear, hate.
Love, joy, and the one I've been ignoring.
I'm not going to go into detail about what this experiment was, but I'm actually doing it again. So I'm about a little over a month in, and the results are pretty cool. So I'm going to make a video about that soon. I'm still hosting Bible studies on Tuesday at 7, and I participate in a friend's Bible study on Thursday at 7. And kind of a long story I'm not going to go into, but my dad actually wants to do a Bible study with me, just him and I. So that's pretty cool. So Dad, if you're listening, we still got to get that going, okay? Workout Help Out has concluded their virtual workout charity fundraiser. It's all over now, and we raffled off this huge 65-inch ultra definition 4K TV to somebody that won. Thank you to Matthew Pineda.
Happy Thanksgiving.
If I'm saying your name correctly, thank you for donating that. You know how many people qualified for that raffle? Only 6. And I know a lot of you probably didn't do it because you thought there was going to be too many people in the raffle. But hey, that's how these things normally go. People think that there's too many people participating, so they don't participate. And one of my favorite quotes is, you miss 100% of the shots that you never take. As far as food is concerned, I am totally off the bandwagon now completely. Eating ice cream cake, eating Ben & Jerry's. My diet kind of consists of just goat's milk. I know it sounds gross, but goat's milk. I've been eating a lot of cereal, a lot of wheat. The main things that I stayed away from are the main things of my diet now. I got dairy and wheat. And the crazy thing is, it's weird because I feel like I almost feel better. Probably too much information, but normally gas is a big issue for me. But lately that's been down big time. And eggs, I just had an omelet today for the first time in how long? So I'm pretty much eating whatever right now. And so far, I feel really good, if not even better. If you watched my last video, I talked about how I was feeling really anxious and I didn't know where that anxiety was coming from. So one of the things that I like to do if I'm feeling anxious is I like to kind of take what's in my mind and just try to get it out on paper. So I wrote out some potential causes of my anxiety. One of the potential culprits was my roof. Now, my roof was over 15 years old, and whenever it would rain, I would feel this anxiety because I was afraid it was going to start leaking in here, and I didn't want to damage things. And I was being kind of cheap because I don't want to pay for a new roof. But then I thought, hey, I don't want to feel anxious, so I just went ahead and just bought a new roof. So boom, now I feel good. That part is over now. Of course, you have this whole COVID-19 thing. Maybe I shouldn't say COVID-19, but it's really the response to it, the hysteria, the panic. And I don't know, I've been accused of being an empath. That's where you kind of feel the emotions of other people. I personally don't think that's true, but I feel like that whole hysteria was bleeding over onto me. And I don't have a remedy to it, but writing it down on paper, seeing it for what it is, bringing it to the surface really helped me. So once I kind of understood that the COVID-19 hysteria was contributing to my anxiety, once I got it up, boom, I feel like my anxiety went way down. And then of course you have the whole Black Lives Matter movement. You have people rioting in the streets right now. Things are really at odds. So I feel like that was bleeding over onto me. I watched a really great video that really helped me with all that. It's from a guy named Jordan Peterson, and he did this video back in 2017.
And that's what polarization is. It's like, I tap you, you tap me. I slap you, you punch me. Well, up it goes. Well, I think that's partly why in the New Testament, for example, there's an injunction that says, turn the other cheek, resist not evil. Why? Because otherwise you get into a positive feedback loop and then you better look the hell out. And things can tilt very, very rapidly.
Now, of course, both sides think that they're right. Both sides think that they're logical. Again, I feel like I'm more on one side, definitely. So I think I'm right too, right? So I'm trying not to get sucked into this whole thing about being right or wrong, though. That's the thing. So I'm trying to surrender this idea of I'm right and you're wrong. All I can do is control myself right now, so that's what I'm focusing on. I know that seems selfish. Some of you heard about my quote that I came up with. To be effectively selfish is one of the most selfless things a person can do. So all I know is right now, if I feel a lot of anxiety, I'm not serving the community as effectively as I can. I'm not being the best version of myself. So that's why I focus on myself, at least right now, because I can't control those things. Those things are out of my hands. So I'm just putting it on me right now.
You don't want to make a low resolution, homogeneous representation of them. And so that's why, again, I think instead of winning, you turn to your own development. You turn to your own development. You do what you can to stop doing the things that you're doing that aren't good. Because you're not going to hurt anybody if you do that. All you're going to do is help. And otherwise you'll participate in this polarization. And that's, unless you want that.
As I started to do that, boom, anxiety way down. So right now I'm feeling really good. Thank you, God. All I can be is the change I want to see in the world. That's it for my video, guys. God bless you all. Peace.
The way that you set the world straight is by constraining the malevolence in your own heart.